Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, March 10th, 2014. All right, for those of you who may be tuning in that are new, I am known as the Option Guru, but the key thing to remember here is that guru really means teacher and not necessarily trader extraordinaire. So don't be coming to me and following everything that I do and expect to become a millionaire. I guess that's my disclaimer for today. But what I wanted to say was that I am here to just give you another perspective on the market and learn about trading options. And you'll be learning right along with me, because there is no way that I could ever say that I know everything about options. That's for sure. So let's learn together here. Let's start out looking at the announcements, scheduled announcement for today, market affecting announcements. And since there are no stars here, they don't expect any of these announcements to move the markets at all. Here's an interesting one, TD Ameritrade IMX. For you thinker swimmers out there, TD Ameritrade is the parent company of Thinkorswim. And they come out with a index every month, which talks about Investor Movement Index, or the IMX. So it's basically, what's going on in the retail trading arena. That's coming out this afternoon at 12:30, which is 11:30 Chicago time, which is the headquarters for Thinkorswim. I think that TD Ameritrade is somewhere sort of out west, I think. But anyway, they're kind of spread all over the place, to tell you the truth, and I'm not really sure exactly where their headquarters is. But at least they haven't messed with Thinkorswim too much. So you still get very good customer relationship with Thinkorswim. All right, let's take a look at what's going on across the various ponds. This is interesting. 7 signs were near market top, and what to do now. A little bit about that later. Let's take a look at Asia. Asia is mostly in the red. Well, I guess up 0.1% could be called flat. So we're flat to negative in Asia, but across the board green in Europe. So yeah, near a market top, but still green in Europe. Let's take a look over here at our futures, and I noticed over the weekend that there was an upgrade to the Thinkorswim platform. So hopefully they fixed the simulated trade problem that we all have been experiencing over the last couple of weeks. So it looks like we're looking at a flat to slightly down market this morning for the major indexes. Gold is at 1334 after being around 1350 or so previously, and thank God that oil is down to 101, and hopefully it continues to tumble. All right, we'll close these up because we don't usually look at these. This is the non-credit spread account, where I've been mostly doing calendars and one covered call here. So we'll take a look at those as we cruise through the A+ list. All right, let's collapse this, and we'll just head right into the A+ list and see how efficiently we can get through here. All right, first up to bat is Apple. I'm going to move this up a tad here, and we'll take a look at their chart, and we go right there. Okay, Apple flat. All right, now I wanted to say a few things as we look at this. I would say that since the beginning of February, and let's take a look at the SPX and use that as an example. Since the beginning of February, it's been a lot of craziness going on with the credit spread system. And I can't, blame it on any sort of direction in the market or anything. Actually, January was a very good month, at least on the equities front. But February, possibly because of distractions, and the beginning of March have not been working so well. If we look at, let's look at Apple. Oops. We can see that starting in February, we actually have been going through this mixed signal area here, I guess you could say. So we have lots of failures on the indicator. So what my fallback is, rather than like iron condors, I've been working with calendars, and so far sort of mixed results because I've been forcing the market to go in a certain direction. But if I take a look at these indicators and use them to do calendars when we have periods of indecision, on Apple here, this is really flat. The moving averages, we get some movement here. This is a good play. Of course, this is in January, at least the beginning of it is. And this hook here, when I was on the road heading down to Florida, would have been an excellent play for the credit spread system. But since then, it's been, there's no movement here. And we did get a real good setup here, and then we got faked out. We didn't get confirmation, and we had a failure. So we could not take this trade here, according to the rules, even though it would have worked out. So that's what's been happening. We have a lot of underlyings that are doing this and thrashing around here and giving us mixed signals and failures. So we need to be patient, and we need to find a strategy that we can use, slightly directional strategy, which is why I have selected calendars to do that with, because they're not really very expensive, but the return can be astronomical compared to your risk. So that's why we have a couple of those going on right now. So let's move on here. So now we have Apple. This is a failure. This would have been, if it hadn't been for this failure here, this would have been a really good setup. But we can't take that one. So let's get in sync here. There we go. Moving on to Amazon. We have nothing live on Amazon. Again here, Amazon, just all sorts of mixed signals and failures on the indicator to give us an entry. So is this a calendar candidate? Well, we're currently in a downtrend, and from a momentum perspective, which could be positive or negative momentum, we're looking at a pretty flat momentum here. This is only 4. I've seen it up to 80. So just pretty flat. I'm not really seeing anything here. Looking at pre-market this morning, it looks like it's going to gap up to 374, which isn't really much of a gap, which is really where it opened on Friday. So it doesn't look like it's really going to go anywhere. So what we might do is we might pick a calendar maybe down here at like 365 or so. So let's do a fake one here at 365 for this week. We'll do a simulated one. So it would be a put calendar. We're going to buy a calendar, and that would be $178 with a potential for over $200 in return. So that's a pretty good deal. We'll lock that in, and later on this morning when I come back and take a look at these, I'll unlock these and relock them so we get actual market prices. So that could be a calendar. So the underlying has 5 full trading days to do that. But let's say that price moved down to here, and we'll advance our dates here. And looking at this, we'll see that by the 13th, which is Thursday, you take your profits off the table. Of course, if price moves down a little bit more, and it doesn't have to move all that much down, and it doesn't look like, according to the charts here, it doesn't look like, it looks, I moved down to 365 would be sort of significant over the next 3 days. And that would be a good trade. So we'll reset this and reset the slices, and we'll rock and roll on that one. Alright, so Boeing, we do have a put calendar on right now, and we'll see how the stock reacts to the unfortunate news over the weekend of that lost airliner out of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, I believe. It was very unfortunate, and we'll see if that, because that is the new Boeing aircraft, 777, or yeah, I think this is 767 or 780, I forget what it is, 787. Anyway, a Boeing airliner. We'll see how that ends up. Pre-market, we're looking at 127.54 roughly, so we may open down here. 126.08. Where did that quote come from? I don't know. Anyway, that one may move down. So let's move a little bit quicker here. Baidu, no simulated trade. This is a new trend here, so we wanted to wait for one full cycle. So now we're looking at a target down there. So let's get our target tool out and throw one in here. Celgene. Nothing going on there. Let's see, we are flat, and Celgene's kind of a crazy biotech kind of stock, so we are generally pretty careful with it. And we have a new downtrend, so we did not have any opportunities here, and now we're looking for a move up to here. We'll see if we get that. Chipotle. Chipotle's doing very well. Very, very well. So now we have what could be an opportunity for a setup. So we're looking for one down there. Costco. It might be a good week. You just never know. Costco didn't do so good on their earnings. We are looking for, we're going to set a target up here for an entry. Chevron, which I may take off my A+ list. Chevron, I think, is a pretty good candidate right about now for a calendar, maybe 113 for this Friday. That could be a good spot to pick for Chevron. And it was 130, right? That would be, I mean, not 130, but 113. So we want to buy, oh, we can't do a calendar? Why not? Well, let's see here. I would sell this one. And then there's regular expiration. Oh, there's nothing at that strike. That's why I can't do it. Is there one the next? 113. Here we go. That would be a buy. So there would be a calendar for Chevron. It's not going to let you enter the order as a calendar, but here it is, and it would be like $56 to make maybe 80. That might be a good candidate there. All right, there is no credit spread in the picture on that one, though. All right, so Igor is moving down to our target. It's just taking a little bit longer than we had anticipated, but that's okay. We'll be patient. We'll wait for it to come down here. So another smartly negative day today would bring the stochastic down here to where we need it, and then we need a hook. All right, FedEx. We do have a calendar on FedEx. I have an alert set here. That's probably from last week. And it looks like the alert did not trigger, but we do have a double red down. I'm just going to continue to keep an eye on this. I am actually going to move this alert up here. Alright. Gold, we have the covered call on. And we had this hurt. This one hurt here. So let's delete this. And what are we looking at? Nothing. We're just banging around in between here. So I'll have to think about what kind of... This is not good for a calendar because I have no idea where to pick it. And I like to have at least some sort of indication. It's kind of weak here. We have some negative momentum, so there might be more momentum to the downside here. So there might be an opportunity for a calendar, say around the 126 level. Let's throw that up there just as a reminder, and I might still do a calendar on it at 126 is what I said, right? 126. Oh, that's going to be cheap. 30 cents. So now we have a calendar in there. We get rid of this out. That's pretty narrow. And if you want to, that's not too bad, I guess. It's kind of jumping around a little bit as it recalculates, but that doesn't look too bad. For $30, you know, throw a bet down on that. That could work out. But let's move on. Google, nothing going there. Moving down into our target area. IWM, we have a calendar on there, which is March expiration, which is out here. We're looking for 105 or thereabouts. 110 would be good, but that would be probably pretty much an impossible move, and max loss here is 339 and we are at 214. I might just bail on this today. It's not going to come there. I'm going to figure out how I can retain as much as I can out of this, or flip it over to something else. Alright, LinkedIn, I'll let you know about that. I will report back tomorrow. LinkedIn, we need an alert on this one, so let's throw one in here. at or below. I have to remember to set that. 204. Let's make it at 205 even. Alrighty, MasterCard. Just kind of wallowing around here. There's not a lot of price movement in here. It's pretty risky, in my mind, to do a credit spread on this. We did do this simulated calendar. I'm looking for a movement down to 80, or up to 80. Up to 80. I think I must have did that yesterday. July, March, or over the weekend. I think I was looking at that. A calendar up here? I don't know about that. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't know what I was thinking there. Is there anything else going on? Price is too flat. We have conflict here between the EMA and SMA. EMA saying I'm going green, and SMA saying I'm staying red. So we have a little bit of a conflict there, although that's not in the rules. And looks like MACD is about to go positive here, so not doing anything there. Looking for a good cycle after a new downtrend. Just not seeing any strength or momentum in that downtrend at this time. So we're taking a pass on that. Wow, we're really, really running late here. Okay, we have a simulated calendar here on 3M, and that could, momentum is basically non-existent, so we're actually up a tad on this one. And I must not have deleted that from before they fixed their problem, so I'm assuming that the problem is fixed. So this is a March 4, which is 2 weeks out. And it's making a little bit of money. Would have covered our transaction costs. And we have a new downtrend, but we have conflict here. And we do have confirmation here, but it's the first cycle in a new trend, so we're not going to trade that. Netflix, we do have a March put calendar. Where is it? March 1, oh, this was last week. All right. It didn't work out, obviously. 447. We were at 448. That one should have worked out. I will check on that for tomorrow. There, I popped that up here for today. So I paid $450 for it, and I sold it for $559 on Friday. So that was profitable, $109 on that one. Okay, moving right along, Priceline. Priceline burned me on Friday. Oh man, Priceline, I can't believe you did that to me. Should have gotten out on Thursday, but I did not follow my rules. I know I would have been slightly profitable that day. Burned me on Friday. So now we're waiting for the next one. So we'll move this target over here. Oh, man. Yep. Teacher. Guru means teacher. And I'm teaching you what not to do. And if that's the way it is, then that's the way it is. So let's take this off of here. All right. And we just got a couple more to go, 4 more to go. Russell. Uptrend, no entries here. SPX, uptrend, no entry. Tesla, uptrend, and we have a setup here. That's good enough for a setup. If we get a hook here, we're at 23.41, so that's good enough. Alright, and last but not least is Visa. And Visa is a good calendar candidate, and I would be guessing, let's see what kind of strikes we got here. I would be guessing 227.5. That would be up here. Probably be smarter to go at the money. What's 225? How much is that going to cost us? So used to going down to that sell number. That would be $120, and this would be pretty nice break-evens at 221 and 229. 221 and 229. Yeah, nice break-evens, don't you think? Might do an at-the-money calendar on that. Just because it's telling me that it's not going to be really going anywhere. Alright, so that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I really apologize for the length here. Let me know if you don't like it, if you want me to keep it short and more to the point, or what you would like me to do. So that's it, signing off for today. Have a great day and happy trading.